If you're relocating to Kansas City, whether for a new job or just trying to get closer to family, you're probably wondering what it's really like living here. I'm Landon Hearn here with my brother Tyler Hearn. We're local realtors with the Hearn Group here in the Kansas City area. And here at the Hearn Group, we've served over 4,000 families in the process of moving, and we've helped tons and tons of families with this exact move, relocating from across the country here locally to the Kansas City area. So in this video, we want to share with you a little bit about what you might need to know before getting here.
We'll cover what makes KC such an easy place to call home, a few things to look out for, and how to make your transition as smooth as possible.
Let's dive in. So to start, a few of the major reasons that we're seeing a lot of people relocating to the Kansas City area. One is a lot of job opportunities and career opportunities have been coming into the Kansas City area. A lot of big companies investing money and creating jobs here locally, which is obviously bringing a lot of people in for career and job purposes. The second reason is the cost of living advantage here being in Kansas City in the Midwest. If you've lived on the coast, whether the East Coast or the West Coast, we've had a lot of clients that have come to the Midwest, have come to the Kansas City area and seen just how much further it feels like their dollar goes here locally.
And the third is frequent travelers love the central location and the new airport here. You can pretty much fly anywhere within the U.S. in under 3.5 hours from Kansas City. And fourth, we have tons of family-friendly communities around town. Kansas City is known for its friendly, laid-back vibe and Midwestern hospitality.
Yeah, if you're coming from a bigger metro with a lot of hustle and bustle, Kansas City is going to feel stepped back from that, a little more laid back. People are friendly. You're not going to know a stranger. A little different feel than a big metro.
Yeah, we're going to have less commute time. Depending on where you're at in the city, you're probably going to be able to get across the city in less than 30 minutes.
If you're used to hours in traffic, this Kansas City traffic's going to feel like a joke. If you're used to a big metro where you're sitting for hours and hours on the freeway or the highway, Kansas City's going to feel like you're wide open in terms of commute and traffic.
As far as culture and entertainment, we're known for barbecue especially, and we have a great food scene here. We're known for jazz music, and if you like sports, we've got the Chiefs, Royals, Sporting Kansas City, and the Kansas City Current.
And a bunch of our suburbs have a lot of emphasis on outdoor activities. So there's plenty of local lakes that you can fish at. There's plenty of trails to walk. And we also, Kansas City, the beautiful thing is we get 4 seasons here. So you get a nice fall, a nice spring, you get some snow on the ground in winter a few times, and you also get a nice hot summer. So if you're not used to having 4 seasons, you'll appreciate that, hopefully, about Kansas City.
For sure, and there's plenty of great school districts on both the Missouri and Kansas side of the state line.
So let's talk through some pros and cons maybe of living in Kansas City. What comes to mind from a pro's perspective?
Well, here you get the Midwestern housing affordability, but you aren't really giving up much of the big city amenities. We have most everything you need there.
A little bit of the best of both worlds there. Also, again, I know we touched on this already. Another pro from our perspective is the slower pace of life. If you're used to hustle and bustle, big city, big metro, it's going to feel a little different. It's going to feel a little more laid back, a little more slowed down overall here in Kansas City.
And it definitely has a strong, tight-knit community feel. Like as you said before, Landon, you never really meet a stranger around here. Everybody's pretty friendly.
Great place to raise a family is what a lot of our clients say, and in our perspective, we would agree. Now, con side, what comes to mind, cons of living in Kansas City?
Well, we had mentioned we get 4 seasons here, but in the summer we get extreme heat, and in the winter we get extreme cold.
Yeah, so get ready. If you're used to a mild, kind of similar temperature over the entire year, wherever you live at now, get ready for hot and humid summers, and we get usually a couple very bitter cold weeks during the winter, so you got to be ready for both.
Yeah, and along with the weather, another con is occasionally we can get a tornado threat, which is kind of scary.
And so most clients If you live currently in a place where you don't have basements, a lot of clients that relocate to Kansas City, they want a basement for that reason. So they have somewhere to shelter if there's a tornado warning or a tornado watch, the few times we get those throughout the year.
Yeah. And like we said before, there's not a ton of traffic, but you do need a car probably to live here for your commute to work or to family events and those kind of things.
Especially if you're going to be living in a suburb of Kansas City, you're going to need a car to get wherever you're going, work and all the rest of it. So for someone relocating to Kansas City, where do you start? What next?
We'd recommend starting your home search early, and if you have a chance, coming out and visiting Kansas City where you can drive around, see the different towns and suburbs, and see which one best fits your lifestyle, how much it costs to live there, and you can kind of compare the prices of this city versus another one versus the amenities you get for those prices.
It's not always possible, but if you can make the drive to Kansas City from wherever you're from or fly out for a weekend or even a day or two just to be able to get a lay of the land and a feel for Kansas City, it's going to help as you're looking at homes online if you have an idea and a feel for where does this suburb actually fit in the Kansas City area. You can get a feel for commute times to work, and if there's family in the area, you can get a feel for where family's at and how far or how close you want to be to family here in the Kansas City area. So if you're planning a move, if your job's taking you here, if you're trying to get closer to family and you're going to be relocating to the Kansas City area and you'd like help with that, you'd like to put a plan together, or if you just need more information about what's going on in the suburbs, what is Kansas City, what are prices like, what's the market doing, we'll have our info on screen. You can call us, you can shoot us a text, you can shoot us an email. We're happy to be a resource for you. Would love to have a conversation. Happy to help any way we can.